ang mitsa. Hudyat para ang lahat magsigalaw na. Ngayon ang panahon para magkaisa, at ang husay ng Pinoy maipakita. At kay Donaire, yun ang kanyang adikain, para lahat ng Pilipino pagsamahin. Sang bigkis, sang dikit, sang lahi, para kahirapan ay mabawi. The Filipino Flash! Pilipinas, nandito na siya upang kanyang ipakita ang aking tabang na galing ng bayan niya. The Filipino Flash! Pilipinas, nandito na siya upang kanyang ipakita ang aking tabang na galing ng bayan niya. The Filipino Flash!
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nonito,
Hey guys, good morning. Oh, it's
Good evening,
over
good
there
evening,
now.
good morning, and we will be having a special guest today, Paul Butler, talking about the fight and all the question that was asked earlier. We will ask all or some of those questions that he's willing to answer, and all the questions that we have for him.
Yes, and you guys, my moderators, please keep the chat clean. Of course, we're having guests from all over the world. You guys know that this episode is going to be in English because Paul Butler speaks English. Have you
Yes.
decided if you're going to do an accent during this interview?
No accent during this interview. Seryoso halata eh. It's all about serious stuff. So let's talk about a little bit of Paul Butler and what he is all about.
Yes, Paul Butler, of course, as you know, is from the United Kingdom. He holds a record of 33 wins and 2 losses. 15 of those wins by way of knockout, and the rest, of course, by decision. The reason that you guys, one of the questions you guys had was why Paul Butler is the mandatory. And I want to let you know that on June 25th, 2021, he fought Wilibaldo Garcia from Mexico, and he won the vacant WBO International Bantamweight title. That fight gave him a ranking. Of course, all the other fights that he fought before that against Ryan Walker, Jose Aguilar, etc., those wins got him up in the rankings within the WBO, and the latest win on June 25th, 2021 is what got him the mandatory position, the number 1 position, which of course ends up usually being the mandatory.
Yes.
So that is why he is
The mandatory
the
challenger.
mandatory challenger.
So if you guys are asking how he became the mandatory challenger, that was the case by winning the vacant title, the
Now-
international.
Yes. Now, a lot of his career, he fought a lot of undefeated fighters and gave them their losses. Of course, we know that his 2 losses came from Zolani Tete and Emmanuel Rodriguez. Emmanuel Rodriguez is, of course, still fighting. He just was on the undercard of Casimero Rigondeaux, and that's where the headbutt occurred, right?
Yes, against Russell.
Against Russell. And it was a nasty cut. Of course, we wish him all the best in healing, and hopefully he comes back to the ring. Zolani Tete, has he fought since?
I don't think so. I don't think he did. Not sure. you know, but those are the 2 losses that Butler has, and also Butler is the former IBF
Bantamweight champion.
bantamweight champion.
Correct.
So he is capable. He is also capable.
Well, I thought it was really interesting that most of his fights, of course, are from boxers of different nationality over there. As far as being in the U.S., Nonito does fight a lot of Mexicans because Mexicans is right here.
Yes.
And he fights a lot of guys that are from that side of the world. So it's really interesting when you see boxers that have different types of boxers that they fight and are available to fight when they're overseas. So let's see, what time is it? I can't see. Okay, so he should be coming
10
in
minutes.
here soon. So you guys, if you weren't on the stream last night, and you want to put a question in here that we don't have listed down, please go ahead and type it right now. Let's keep it respectful questions, you know, you guys. That is what it is. But while we're doing here,
I
we'll
want to
just
give
say
shout out to
hi.
you guys. Shout out sa lahat ng mga tao dito, to all the Filipinos here and everyone that just joined us. So shout out Jordan from Talibon Bohol, taga Talibon Pugo. So kumusta mo din ha? Hello Ma'am Rachel and Champ, Nonito, Tats. Hello po. Thank you for always joining us here and supporting the channel.
Yes. Winter's here, Lou's here, C-Web, Velasco is here.
Hey, Velasco! Kumusta po, Velasco? Velasco is one of our guys that watch and protect my kids pag nandun kami sa Pilipinas. He's always been part of our team. He joined us in Macau and other places in the Philippines. So he's part of the family, Velasco.
And Larson. I know Maps is here too, helping moderate. Really appreciate that. I saw him here really early. Let's see. Yes, please don't spam the comments. Let's see. I'm just making sure. Ha, Kong TV. Watching from Saudi.
Nice. Nice. Wala lang. So shout out sa inyo dyan.
Can you invite Casimero here? Casimero is always welcome to come in and get interviewed by us.
Yes.
It's an open door if he ever wants to come up.
Hello, Kuya Lou. Always good seeing you, Kuya Lou.
Is he willing to do? Wait, did I click it? Is he willing to do VADA? That will be answered during the that is part of the list of questions we have for him when it comes to the interview. Now, you guys, of course, like, just in case you're just tuning in, it's a Paul Butler interview. We'll have on here for a bit, and then what we'll do is after. Then we'll discuss after he leaves. You know, we want to respect fighters' training and all the interviews that they have to do. And we are absolutely grateful for him taking the time to do this. As I've said, we might have met him before, but the one I remember was in Glasgow, Scotland.
Yes.
Is where we met him during the WBSS tournament. We met his dad in the gym, etc. But I don't know if we met him before that, considering, we've been to Ireland. Maybe he was in Ireland. We're not sure. But yeah, I know his name came up before the WBSS tournament, and I don't remember when, where, how, why. But yeah.
Why is Gamora?
Why is Gamora? It was good when I saw the Paul Butler comment as a question as why he's the mandatory. It literally popped up in my head. I'm like, wait, this is not a joke. Like, they're seriously asking that. Live din sa YouTube, doon yung comments na binabasa nila. You guys, so just FYI, please, what does it say? Please speak Tagalog. Emmanuel Espanola, we can't speak Tagalog because Paul Butler doesn't understand Tagalog. I don't think he also
pagkatapos po,
doesn't speak it.
after the Paul Butler interview, we will dive into the conversation. Then po doon po kami magtatagalog na po after the Paul Butler interview.
And watching from Qatar.
Ju Pao, shout out to you from Qatar.
Billy Swagger is from Tondo, Manila.
Tondo, shout out po sa inyo, Billy.
Okay. So, Paranaque, there you go.
Good morning, Champ and Rachel, watching here from Paranaque. Yeah, nice. I was living in Paranaque dati when I started early in my career. When I used to fight, I fought in Elorden, I fought in Taguig,
Yan.
in the Cantada boxing. Shout out Jesus Manuel Gonzalez. Shout out from Ormoc City. Gonzalez po ay apelyido ng lolo ko. So Gonzalez din po ako. Ang ano ko ay Nonito Gonzalez Donaire.
Crazy Bad Erasmus Boxing. You know what, guys? I have no idea if these are the real people or not. But you know, if you're using their handle, and your fake handle that's using their handle, the good thing is you're promoting their channel. So, and as long as you're being respectful here, you're not going to get moderated by my moderators. Also, guys, whoever's watching on Facebook, halfway through the interview, we will be cutting the Facebook stream, and you will have to watch it through YouTube, just to let you know. And I will post the link. Actually, I should post the link. I will post a link to the YouTube. Whoa. Yeah.
Yes.
When we are ready to pull that stream. Okay, we can talk about him while he's not here. Hindi tatagal yan. Butler, opinion ko lang to, ha? 3 rounds lang. Haha.
Yeah, no. Malakas naman talaga si Tata at kumpara sa mga power nila Butler at saka si Tata, it's ano, nakikita naman natin yun, no, na malakas si Tata. But we also understand na magaling din nitong si Butler bilang former IBF champion sa timbang na to. So yun nga, we are excited for the fight, you know, kahit kasi anything can happen sa laban.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. What else? Jacket. Good evening. Kamusta? Action-packed Philippines. Hello.
Hello, Action Impacts Philippines. Shout out to you. Shout out. Just giving out shout outs until Paul Butler comes in and we can start talking about all of that stuff. So
yes. What?
Polarizer, thank you, brother. Thank you. At saka, we are setting up. Good morning. We're setting up the.
He's on our side of the world.
I know.
So yeah, good morning.
Yeah. So
kasi
thank
he's
you.
running for yung fight.
Yeah. He's waking up in the early morning to run the fight. Yeah, because he's trying to get with Sherwin. So thank you for your generosity and keep running, man. Work out, baby. Work out.
Yeah. Okay, Richmond, where'd he go? May pangkape po. Panga.
Oo, kape. Nagkakape to eh. Ako matutulog ako kasi may sparring ako mamaya. So I'm just gonna spar later. So that's why ay kailangan ko to go back to sleep.
Yeah. So you guys,
when will be the Pulverizer versus Sherwin showdown?
It will be coming soon.
Coming soon
to a YouTube near you.
Yeah, to YouTube near you. Pulverizer versus Sherwin.
Yes.
You can't count out Butler, but Casimero has a good chance. JD Lacson, very true. Lahat naman ng mga everybody who has a hand to punch, who's able to throw punches, we can't always count them out. So that's just it for it. You know, we can't underestimate the opponents all the time. Robert Teria,
shout out from Guam.
From Guam, I fought in Guam like on my 4th fight. I'm not sure if because Guam is very small. A lot of my friends are from there as well. But I did fight in Guam back in 2001. Jason Canastra, morning champ from San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, San Antonio, Texas. It's getting colder there now, huh?
It's probably snowing over there right now.
No, it's just cold here. It's not snowing yet. I don't know.
You know what? In the mountains, it might be. DG Vu Barbo. Please ask what his advantages are in this fight. Yes, that will be in our questions. Say my name, Hilton. Sorry, anytime like you guys like we have like these inside jokes and
Billy.
yeah. So from Shazam, when he's like, say my name, he's like Billy. And he meant to say Shazam. So
Yeah.
if we say weird things like that, it's because most of the time there's an inside joke that we're talking about that my boys you know
Yes.
have.
Helton from Cagayan de Oro. Shout out, shout out.
Why is your left hook so deadly?
Why is Gamora?
Every single time that's what you're gonna do now,
Yes.
right?
It's balance, perfection, proper rotation, and proper foundation. That's ultimately from balance.
Yes. Shout out from Dubai. Will it be a double header on December 11th in Dubai? As far as we know, no. So I believe ours is on this side. Do you want me to ping him?
Yes.
Where's my phone? Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking.
Yeah. So the Dubai will be they will fight in Dubai, and then that's a different promotion between Probellum and TGB, where mine is being promoted by TGB, which yeah, that's so
Yeah, so at this point, no. If it ends up in Dubai, from what I heard, it's going to be a tag team. I'm just joking. It's not going to be a tag team. Would be cool, right? I don't think that's ever been done. It'd be like, well, then you and Casimero would have to be on the same team. Because then it'd be like Filipinos versus the rest of the world,
Yes,
right? Because it'd be
yes.
weird if you're doing a tag team. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you guys think about that idea. Like maybe you could only throw 10 punches.
AT from Japan. Shout out.
Oh, there we go.
There
All
you
right,
go.
guys. Here is the
Ladies
moment.
and gentlemen, let's welcome Paul Butler.
Hi.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to our show here. We have a lot of people who have a lot of questions, and they just also want to get to see you and know you for who you are, and be excited for the fight.
Yeah, perfect, mate.
Here, let's put this one on.
There
There
it
you go. So how have you been over there? You're in the UK, correct?
Yeah, I'm in the UK, Ellesmere Port, just outside Liverpool. It's all good. Weather's not great at the moment, but everything else is going well.
It's freezing already, right?
Here it is pretty cold. We're just
It's-
starting the winter now. Yeah, we've had a decent summer, so winter's just kicking in.
Oof.
Ooh, your winter is a lot colder than ours. We're in Vegas, so I don't envy you there. I'm not a very good cold person. So I'm gonna assume you're already in training camp?
Yeah, I'm already in training. To be honest with you, I'm never really out the gym, but once you get a fight date and it's all systems go, then you really put your foot to the throttle and away we go.
See, he's like you. You guys are like always training in the gym and always staying in shape. What's your weight right now?
Probably about 9 stone 4.
God, you guys in the stones.
9 stone 4. That's what they have out there in the UK, by the way. So 9 stone.
So
what's that? That's like 126 pounds.
126, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good weight.
Yeah, it's not too
Good
bad.
weight.
We've
Just a
got
little bit. Yeah.
nearly 8 weeks. So,
Yeah, you have a lot of weeks to go. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the funny part though. When you fought Frampton, they told you your weight in stone, and we're like, so did he make the weight?
Yeah.
Or no?
Was it some stone and pebbles, or how does it work?
they thought, yeah, he's working pounds, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what we work in
And then
pounds.
Philippines is in kilos.
Yeah.
So all messed up and all confused.
Yeah.
Now you haven't heard anything as far as like if it's gonna be in Dubai or in the UK yet, right?
I haven't heard nothing. I'm hearing it's strong rumours that it's going to be Dubai. The first tweet came out, it said Dubai or Liverpool. I wouldn't have minded Liverpool, but I've never boxed out of the UK as a professional. I did many times as an amateur with Team GB, but never as a professional.
What do you believe that your advantage would be from you flying into the UK to Dubai comparison to him flying from the Philippines?
I'm not too sure. I wouldn't know the time difference between yous and us. So I'm sure if I flew out there with enough time, with enough time to get my body right and get the sleep that I needed, everything would be pretty fine. I'm sure as the same with Casemiro as well.
Do you feel like you'd rather have it though in Liverpool because that's your backyard?
Yeah, do you know what? I'd love it in Liverpool because everyone at home's raving about the fight. They all want to go. They all want tickets. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be Dubai. So it's what happens in this sport. Sometimes you don't get your own way.
Yes. How's training for you so far? Has there been the type of strategic things that you're looking for and working on that at the moment, or just focusing on training and being in shape?
Yeah, well, a bit of both really. So I am conditioning my body. I'm getting fit. Well, I am fit, but do you know what I mean? Like proper conditioning in my body. And then we're watching little things what Casemiro does and implementing that into training camp as well.
Very good. Versus Rodriguez and Tate, you came up short. What would you do differently versus
Casimiro.
Casemiro?
With Tete, it was my first loss. Tall southpaw. Not everyone's cup of tea. Didn't really have great sparring for it. I wasn't with Joe at the time. I was with a different trainer. Didn't really have a game plan going into the fight, even though he was a tall southpaw. We'd watched him versus Methane years and years before. So going into it, I just thought, obviously going off that performance, I'd walk through him and I'd get to him. And it didn't work out like that. I couldn't get near him. And then with Rodriguez, my second loss, I had 4 weeks' notice. Eddie gave us it was that or nothing, and I was literally over a stone and a half heavy. So I was training just to make weight. Normally, I wouldn't take that at 4 weeks' notice, but I had the carrot dangled of the winner of the IBF title goes into the World Boxing Super Series, which obviously you were in, Nonito, and the money that was in that, then it had have been silly to not even try and make weight to box Rodriguez. I failed weight, and I lost handsomely on the cards.
That's tough.
A lot of
That's
people
tough.
don't know that those are things that do happen in boxing. That we do get.
People don't see what happens behind the scenes. Like the amount of stick I got on Twitter for not making weight, but I had 4 weeks' notice, and it was the only option I had. And believe me, Nonito will know the stuff that we go through to make weight. That I tried that morning of the weigh-in, and I tried for 3 or 4 hours. But when your body's that low and it doesn't want to give nothing away, that was it. I could not get anything off.
Yeah, and if you're already at that point, it's even harder like the night of the fight because now you're trying to lose it, now you're trying to catch up.
Yeah, and your body's very confused.
Yeah, your body just shuts down on you. Your body's a very clever thing, and that's exactly what my body done. It just shut down on me, wouldn't allow me to lose any more weight, and then obviously trying to put it on wasn't too great neither.
Well, looking into this fight, what do you think is your advantage against Casimero?
He's I know he's a little bit smaller than me, maybe a bit of speed. Obviously he's quite tricky with his feet. He's planting left, right. I think I've just got to try and nullify that by, I think a lot of people try and stay in front of him, maybe just take the feet out of range a little bit. But Joe will have a game plan, and obviously we don't want to give too much away, but the game plan, what Joe gives me is the game plan I'll trust.
Yeah, I think it was funny because last night they were like, ask him what his secret weapon are. And we were laughing. We're like, it's a secret.
That's why it's called a secret weapon.
We forgot. He just signed Probellum
Yes,
last week, and they just
congratulations.
announced that you signed Probellum.
Congratulations, great platform.
What made you decide to sign with Probellum?
Well, by the looks of things, they're signing all top fighters. So it's a no-brainer for me. Obviously, I'm advised by MTK, and speaking to MTK, they advised that Probellum is the platform to go down.
Yes, and Richard's an amazing guy. There is
Yes.
nothing that we can say bad
Yeah,
about
he's done big things in the sport, so I'd be silly not to go along that platform.
Yes. Looking at this fight, and also a lot of fans are asking, are you looking for a KO against Casimero?
Um, Listen, if a TKO comes, then it comes. But if it doesn't, I'll box towards, and that's the way the game is. If you go out looking for a KO, then 9 times out of 10 it doesn't come because you're loading up for big shots. You're getting
Yes.
caught on the counter all the time. I think you've just got to stay nice and relaxed. And if an opportunity comes, then I'll jump on it.
You know, I think that's a great thing because you guys, a lot of people ask all the time, like, "Hey, are you going to go for the KO?" And most of the more experienced boxers say, you know, if it presents itself, because when you do force it, it's not there. It doesn't come, and then you fall
Right.
into traps and
You
you
do.
make big mistakes doing so. So it's something that you guys should look for. That people more experienced boxers are not just going to call around and say, "Hey, I'm going to KO them in the first round" or something funny like that, because that rarely ever presents itself.
No, you've got to go in there with a plan and not just to try and knock them out. You've got to have plan A, B, and C. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
a sport, and you're making it even tougher if you're going in there just for one thing, and that's the knockout.
In all of my fights, I usually put VADA as part of the as part of my fights that they're required to do. Are you requiring VADA as well?
That is what we're looking into at the moment. My team are onto it. It's something that we definitely want. Obviously, I've seen all the stuff going on with yourself and Casimero with the VADA. So obviously, but listen, we're in the hardest sport in the world. It's dangerous enough without the amount of cheats what are getting caught. All over the world, not just in certain areas, all over the world they're getting caught. For someone to be banned, because everyone's getting caught with it and no one's really they're just getting a slap on the wrist.
Right.
What it'll take someone to die in the ring, the opponent to come out that they were on drugs, and then they're gonna have to start banning people for life. Like I say, it's a hard sport as it is. We don't need cheats in this sport, so but VADA is something that we're definitely looking into.
Yeah, for those fans that don't know, we're pretty much talking about like the very newest drug scandal, or positive test scandal, I should say, because
Positive test.
it was, I'm blanking, Oscar
Yep.
Valdez, and how the commission handled that, how the WBC handled that, and the ABC. So that's what we're talking about, because it's not really uniform across the board, as far as how they're going to slap you on the wrist or give you a suspension, which
Or a
suspension usually
fine.
is kind of, but the suspension's kind of funny because literally they're going to sit you out for 3 to 6 months. That's usually the time between a fight
Yeah.
anyway. So
That's it. Like I remember Canelo got done, didn't he? And he got a 6 month ban. He was out for 5 months anyway with a knee up.
Yeah.
yep,
So
yeah.
I mean, there's this that underlying of what do we do or what should we do?
Yeah.
I'm looking into this fight. What does this fight mean to you? And also this is from the fans as well. What does this fight mean to you? And will you face your stablemate Nonito if you ever, when you win or when you win the fight?
Yeah, it's a massive fight for me. Obviously, I've always wanted to win a world title and then defend it. I never had that opportunity because I won it at bantamweight, and then I dropped straight back down to superfly. I got advised to go straight back down by Frank Warren and Frank Warren's team. That's what we done. We fell short against Tete, and then it was just a rebuilding process. I got back to where I was with Rodriguez. Fell short again, obviously with 4 weeks' notice. But he's a very good fighter, so you can't take nothing away from him. And on the touching on, would I fight Nonito? Of course I would. I've watched you for years. I think you're outstanding fighter, and obviously coming back down to bantamweight was a big shock because you were up at feather. I think was it feather as high as you went?
Yes, I came up to featherweight, and it was
Yeah.
just kind of I was walking around that weight class, so it was
Yeah.
just time for me to go back to where I really belong.
Yeah, and I think it's your true weight, and I think that's where you belong. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So for Since you mentioned what you want to do in boxing, becoming world champion. What is the goal now? I mean, aside from winning this fight, what is the goal that you have for boxing and in boxing?
Just to make a good name for yourself and obviously be remembered. Like I train the kids now in my local amateur gym where I grew up. I started at 10 years of age, and I stayed in the same amateur gym right the way through my amateur career. Won national titles, boxed for my country, and it's nice just walking in the gym and them knowing who you are and them wanting to go on the pads with you. And it's just nice to, obviously I want to set a little legacy and obviously bring kids through a bit like myself. I've watched kids come through the ranks and fall away by the wayside, but I don't want that. I want the kids to come through and be champions and look up to people like myself and say I can do that as well.
Do you think that this fight, because of like we've had Haddon versus Pacquiao, like we're gonna start having this rivalry between the countries?
Maybe. Yeah. Hatton, Pacquiao, yeah, God, I remember that. I was going to say top fight, but Manny Pacquiao was something special and what a legacy he left.
Well, that I remember the arena that night, and it was on fire.
Yes,
you guys
yes.
are very, very extremely loud.
Yes, and you guys sing.
I don't think there'll be another Brit that'll travel as well as taking fans as Ricky Hatton did.
He was such a fun little personality.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't little; he was a lot bigger than us. I mean, I'm just saying, it was just so fun.
So,
well, go ahead.
So boxing wise, and people will love this kind of question because boxers love to fight to certain people. Dream match, regardless of weight. Who would it be?
Do you know what? Me hero, and it goes by my name. The baby-faced assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera. Absolutely loved him, mate. Yeah, unbelievable. I just loved his persona and the way he didn't care. Obviously, he had the rivalry with Morales and just the way he went about his business there. I loved him.
Yeah, no, that's an incredible fight.
Unbelievable.
Watching the Nassim Hamed.
Yeah, and his ring name is his baby-faced assassin.
Oh yeah, it all makes sense.
Can you imagine
there can only be one.
If you were to say that, like a percentage of where you are in training, you guys, like he's still in 8-9 weeks away. You're asking what percentage you're in training. Here, I'll show you, because your opponent is still on vacation.
Listen, I'm all guns blazing. I'm in full training camp, and I've been for a few weeks. Obviously, it'll get harder and harder, and the sparring will go up and up and up the rounds. But at the moment of where I am, I'm all guns blazing. I'm fully in camp.
Well, I like this question because now you guys are going outside of the ring. I know, Paul, you're probably sick of boxing questions because that's all we ever get, right?
I know, and it's the same question over and over.
All the time. Let's find out who Paul Butler is. They want to know, if you're not in boxing, what would be your regular day job?
Oh, I don't know what my day job would be, but I like playing a lot of golf. I'm into me fishing, anything to do with sports. I run a football team, so I like to play a bit of football myself. So anything sports wise, I like to throw my hand at, and I like to get involved in.
See, he plays golf. You don't play golf.
I can't play golf.
You're not into golf, no?
I can't play golf.
You know the one that he does play with is I don't know if you guys have it out there. Top Golf.
Well, it's just a range.
Okay, so it might be like a huge Vegas thing, but it's a driving range. There's lots of alcohol, and they have like lighted
targets and stuff like that. And,
the driving range.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah, are you a driving range guy or more of a
playing guy?
Golf course, yeah.
Oh, wow, so straight out.
Yeah. Are there restrictions in the UK right now?
No. No, we're all right at the moment. I think it's all to do with like your vaccine passports and stuff like that. I think that's all going to start coming in, but hopefully not.
How did you handle COVID during like the quarantines and stuff? Were you still training? Were you still trying to stay healthy?
The very first lockdown, we weren't allowed in gyms or nothing here. It was literally, we were housebound. So I put quite a bit of weight on. So, and I hate it when I get too heavy. So we were allowed out for an hour's exercise a day. That's what they were saying anyway.
Wow.
I'd just go out for a run though for like an hour and a half. I'd just be off. I'd go out running. Obviously, no one's monitoring how long you're out for. So I'd just go out running. And then by the time I got back into the gym, that when we were allowed back in the gym, my weight was down. And then luckily enough, I'd signed a deal with MTK and they got me out. So, but we were boxing in front of no crowds. I'm not sure how it was in the Philippines or Vegas or anywhere like that. But we were boxing in front of no crowds, which was a bit weird.
We didn't have to do that. As you know, the Emmanuel Rodriguez fight fell through, but that wasn't even in Vegas. That was in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But Vegas is completely open. They're acting like COVID never happened.
Well,
so.
you watch the fight as well on TV, and all you hear is the people, the coaches, and just how quiet it is.
Yeah. Do you know what? During the fight, it wasn't too bad because, as you'll know yourself, you only hear certain voices that you recognise. And so obviously I could hear my coaches. My dad didn't want to shout too much because he was the other side of the arena and he didn't want to be the only person on camera shouting. So the only weird thing about it was when the bell would go and you'd walk back to the corner, you'd normally hear a big roar from the crowd. You'd hear nothing at all. It was just silence. That was interesting. The weird bit.
The way that he does sparring, well, actually the way that he's in the gym, he closes the gym down and no one's allowed to play music, especially during sparring, because his whole thing is you're not going to have that timing, that motivation if there's music to like really get yourself going. So I think if he had done it during COVID, like he would be the perfect one to get into it because of the fact that that's literally sparring.
Everything is quiet with me when I'm training. Everything is quiet,
Yeah.
So I think I'll probably fit in with the whole restriction.
You probably wouldn't have minded. I didn't mind it, to be honest. It was just, like I say, when I was walking back to the corner, you could hear a pin drop. It was a bit weird. Normally, I've got a big crowd there and you hear a big roar and you hear the certain voices. But yeah, it was a little bit weird.
Did you guys have to be quarantined before your fight?
4 days, yeah. So we'd do our test and then we'd be in quarantine. A bubble, they'd call it here, a bubble.
The bubble.
Yeah, we had a bubble too. It drove me nuts. Absolutely bad.
1 week. Yeah.
Well, I thought they were gonna have a bar in there, and they didn't.
Yeah,
they said they're like upstairs, there'll be drinks, and so I go there, and then I was like, "Where's the drinks?" And they were like, "There's orange juice." I was like, "No, bro, no." Gin.
Yes.
Gin and tequila, champagne. Those are my three. Rum if I want to go to sleep. And red wine. Okay. Basically everything's on the table except dark. Whiskey. He did a whiskey in Bushmills.
When I went to Ireland, I did that stuff. I went to a whiskey tour. And
I think it's placing it.
Bad experience when I was younger of dark. So it was like did not like it. James Baxter asked, what do you think about Messi in PSG?
He's not doing too good, is he? He's not doing as good as Ronaldo at United anyway. I'm a Liverpool fan, mate, so I'm not the biggest United supporter, but like obviously you compare Messi and you compare Ronaldo, who's the best in the world. I think Ronaldo probably just pips it because he's done it in all different countries. He's done it England, he's done it at Juve in Italy, and he's done it in Spain. I think he's struggling now at PSG, Messi. But I think class is permanent. I think it will show. I think he'll come good.
There you go. I don't know anything about soccer, so I'm just gonna nod and give you a thumbs up.
I concur.
Yeah, I concur, doctor. How in a typical training camp? How long does training camp is for you, and how does it?
Do you leave your family?
Yeah, how is the training camp?
Because every camp is different.
It's different, right?
Yeah, every camp's a little bit different because you'd have a different opponent in front of you. So yeah, I'd probably have like 10 to 12 weeks, 10 weeks training camp, but I'm in the gym all year round anyway. So as soon as I get a fight date, that is me, and then twice a day at least. I don't leave home, no. My gym's probably 40, 50 minutes from where I am, so I drive there and back every day. Just breaks up the day for me. By the time I'm back, I have something to eat, relax for a bit, and then I go and have my second session. I do my second session here. Joe will do track work or swim. All depends if Joe's setting track out or swim. If not, then I'll come home and do my second session.
So, okay, let's go back to outside the ring. What really like drives your passion? Like what is something that besides boxing and besides sports, what is something that you're really into and that gives you happiness?
Tough question that, because I'm all sports, me. Music, I like my music. I like going out
Can
to
you sing?
festivals. What's that?
Can you sing?
No, I'm terrible.
I see Frampton always singing, so
Frampton likes a karaoke, don't he? He likes a karaoke.
Oh, he loves to sing. I always challenge him, and he always challenged me back, so
I seen it, yeah, I did see it a while ago, yeah. Yeah, it was good.
yeah, but I have to say it out here right now. Frampton ain't got nothing on me when it comes down to the karaoke. You hear that, Carl?
He's gonna have to have a rerun.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Anything really. I like all me house music, me clubland stuff. But I like all my old stuff as well. All the old type music, 80s, 90s, 70s, anything really. Yeah, I'm into a bit of anything.
I love that he likes like old school music because I always feel like we're the only ones because I love 80s.
They don't make music like they used to. They don't make music like they used to.
No, and they're stealing tracks now. Okay, maybe not stealing it, and they're being I'm not really sure, but they're basically getting the old beats and then just rapping on top of it. It's not even good rap; it's like bad rap. Like my 8-year-old could probably do it.
I agree. Keep it how it was.
Yeah, exactly. And you like older school than 80s.
Well, I grew up with my grandparents, so it was like really old music.
And you like 50s or 40s?
Like 50s and 60s and 70s at times,
Yeah.
But it was always that. It was always that with me, and
Yeah. So what do you okay. So okay, fine. If you were to pick another sport, which one would you play professionally?
Golf.
Really?
Golf.
I thought you would say soccer.
I thought too.
Yeah,
we both lost.
I like football, but I'm probably better at golf than I am at football.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just think it's funny that they say football, soccer, and we call it
That's
soccer.
American.
I know, but it's confusing. Because then I'm picturing him like throwing a football, and it's not the right picture in my mind.
Yeah.
That's like rugby over here. I'm too small for that.
Rugby players are huge, right?
Yeah, rugby's it's
like the NFL, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, the NFL. Yeah, but the NFL, they're just with the headgears and all of that stuff. I mean, I used to love that growing up. I was really good at it. I was so fast at it, but I was just very small.
I'm just too small for it.
Yeah.
Have you tried Filipino food?
No, never.
Okay.
Good.
So the fan that asked that, it's pulverizer. He doesn't have a favorite Filipino food if he hasn't tried Filipino food.
Yes.
Well, what is your diet like? Like off camp, in camp, either way?
Out of camp, I'm eating anything. Because we train. When we're in camp, it's so strict. Obviously, we have a dietitian, nutritionalist, and he sets out all our food for us. And we have meal preps. So during camp it's really strict. Obviously, I eat certain numbers, me certain carbs, me certain protein, and me fats. And then obviously as the fight gets closer and closer, they come down a little bit. But out of camp, I'm a McDonald's guy, a KFC guy. I like all that.
Top favorite 3 foods?
Pizza. Pasta. I like me pasta. I like Italian.
Fish and chip.
Indian. I'm not a fish and chip guy. Indian. I like Indian.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I noticed when we went over there, there was a lot of Indian restaurants, and I was like
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, Indian food's big here. Yeah.
Gosh. So I don't want to take too much of your time because I know you're in training, I know you're boxing, and I know you're tired of boxing questions.
Yes.
Go on.
How's your dad doing?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's really
He's
good.
good?
My dad's well. Yeah, he met you in Scotland, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute.
Well, he
Yeah.
came. Funny story. This he came like I used to be his screensaver on his phone, and he came out of the changing rooms with you, right? And he changed it to you and him, and I was like, "What's going on there?" Yeah. No, he's
No,
a
your
big,
dad
he's a
is
big, he's a
awesome,
big fan.
and
He
please
loves watching
say my
you.
regards to
Yeah, I
him.
will do.
Yeah,
Thank you.
regards to the family.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say to fans worldwide before you go?
And also as well to follow you and see what you're doing.
Yeah,
Your
message to
social
fans, your
medias.
social media.
Yeah, me Instagram is at one Paul Butler 01. Me Twitter is at Paul Butler 1. And Facebook is just Paul Butler. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're the three things that I use.
Okay, last question. What's your prediction for the fight?
Paul Butler win no matter how it comes. Either a box smart or we get him out late. I'll be prepared. That's all I can be. I'll be 100% prepared for this world title. Not like the last one, but yeah, I'm coming and I'm coming to win.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for coming. Again, this is the first time we're actually interviewing a boxer. Most of the time we've had different personalities. And it's weird because we're asking you the same questions that we get asked. And we're like,
Yes.
this question again?
Right. And that's why we try to kind of play it off a little bit. I mean, the important question that we wanted to ask, was how you feel about your training club and all of that stuff, which you've answered, no, but thank you for taking the time.
No,
And
thanks.
we wish you the best. We wish you the best. We wish you the best of luck. And it's going to be a very exciting fight for us. For me, watching as a fan of boxing, and the people here, it's going to be a very exciting fight.
And if you need anything from us, go ahead and just ping him. Or if you want to say something to the Filipino fans, let's just say there's something that was being said about you, and you want to put out a statement, just go ahead and ping us, and then we'll go ahead and let them know.
Spot on. Thank you. Thanks for
Have
having
a
me.
great camp. Good luck on December 11th, and be safe, of course, and healthy.
Yes. Take care.
Thank you so much.
See you. Thank you.
There you go, guys.
There you go,
Paul
guys.
Butler. Thank you for my moderators for really cleaning up what's going on in the chats. I know a lot of you guys wanted to make this dirty. That's not how we roll if you haven't figured that out yet.
Yes.
We are very pro let's just talk, be respectful. As you know, mostly in the boxing community, literally, if you're not respectful to the fighter, and you are a journalist, guess what? You're not getting any other interviews. So we're not trying to be those type of people. But here, this is the StreamYard link. Please come up and come talk. I will put it on Facebook. Hold on just a second. But I think that was I know some people wanted a question about the MTK versus Probellum. Whether it's an expired contract or a co-promotion. He advised us before the interview that is non-disclosed, and we want to respect, like I said, he's not going to get into a legal dispute because of his contracts, confidentiality, et cetera, et cetera. So we respected that because we know how that could be when fans ask a certain question that we really just can't answer. So,
well, hopefully you got to see his personality. You got to see who Paul Butler is and what he wants to do inside that ring with Casimero. And we got to see a lot of that confidence from any fighter and fighting, and also me and him have may chance po kami na, we have a chance of fighting each other as well. So, but just being outside of the ring, we're very cordial.
Kind of random. One vlogger's content said that Black Casimero is already blacklisted. I mean, I'm not going to confirm or deny if he is. I know that was a comment from a couple weeks ago, and I think that situation had manifested itself into the purse bid. And so
Yeah, ang naririnig namin dito ay
I have to speak Tagalog,
yes.
sorry.
Ang naririnig namin dito ay galit yung mga promoter sa kanya. So, kung ano man yung gagawin nila, sila na po yung magde-decide doon.
Wow.
Kung ano man yun in case of blacklisting or whatever we say, I believe that that's what it is, But yeah, Paul Butler is a good guy.
Bri Milan,
Milan
thank
again.
you.
Maraming salamat, pare. Thank you again, and thank you for joining us kanina. And just having a conversation, the question asked. We really appreciate your time and your generosity as well. Thank you very
And
much.
also, I put the link, right? If you want to come up, you are free to come up and talk. Does he listen to Adele too? Hi, Pastor. How are you?
Hi, Pastor.
Katatapos lang ng aking online din. Thank you for coming me in your YouTube account. And thank you for interviewing Paul Butler.
Yes. Yun lang, gusto namin na makita din ng mga tao ang side ni Butler. Kaya nga I always look at the side of both, no? Na hindi lang kay Casimero, hindi lang kay Paul Butler. Just the whole overall side na para makikita din natin. And although favor tayo sa mga Pilipino, but at least mabibigyan natin ng respeto ang kalaban. And knowing na how Paul Butler carry himself, di ba? Mabait at
mabait ka.
yeah, mabait.
At yung tatay niya din.
Yes.
So and that go ahead.
He is parang serious person.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's you have to understand it's interesting kasi he's in yung same division, diba?
Yes.
So parang they could be kalaban sa future. So getting interviewed by a future opponent is totally not normal.
Yes.
I mean, we had to ask him the question about what happened.
Din is na ito rin yun, 'di ba? Pag sa interview, nandun yung isip mo sa interview eh. So, kaya nga nung ini-interview ako, parang seryoso din ako. Now that you get to know me, or lahat po kayo nakikita niyo yung mga personalidad ko, I'm not too serious naman eh. So,
yeah, and it's hard you have to pull that out of them, especially when you're talking about boxing.
yes.
It's hard for them to just go into the next we're talking about outside. It's this certain persona.
We can probably get the interview with Inoue. Ang kailangan lang is
you need
interpreter lang kailangan kasi hindi sila marunong mag-English.
May question sana ako kay Mr. Paul Butler about how he handled the opponent who are very trash talker and very arrogant. That's why wala na akong time.
I wish you would have typed it. I would have
asked that question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be able to text him later.
Yeah. Well, let's welcome Mark Joseph.
Hi, Mark Joseph.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo dyan.
Good morning po and good evening sa inyo dyan.
Good evening po.
Kind of low yung volume.
May ano po, no, it's fine.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
May question po kayo, may tatanong po kayo.
May tatanong sana ako sa iyo, Sir Nonito. Dalawa lang naman. Okay na kahit hindi niyo po sagutin. Tagal ko lang kasi gustong sa inyo ay sumusubaybay po ko sa inyo since po nung way back 2007 po, nag-aabang po ako sa inyo dati sa mga laban niyo po. Sir, tanong ko lang, nung laban niyo po ba kaya, meron po bang dati kasi, may posibilidad po ba nun talaga na makalaban niyo si Abner Maris po?
Opo, totoo po 'yun kasi magkatimbang kami no'n. Ang problema lang dati kasi, iba yung promotion namin
He was
at
in the Golden Boy.
hindi natuloy yung negotiation.
Golden Boy po siya nung that time po, no? Tapos nasa top
Yes.
rock na po
Yeah,
kayo nun.
that's when Richard was there.
Yes.
Okay. Akala ko kasi po talagang ano nun, parang naano nyo na po yun, pag na-interview po kayo dati noon, talaga parang di ba, yung gusto nyo pong laban dati po noon eh.
Yes. Yes, yun po pinakagusto kong laban nun, that was a very big fight for me.
Tapos pangalawa na lang to sir, last na lang. Yung ano po sir, yung laban niyo po kay Nauya, Inuwi. Kasi matagal ko po kayo nasusubaybayan po as in talaga pag may mga dati nga po nung college po ako, high school po ako noon. Instead na may homework ako, mas inuuna ko po nga manood po talaga sa nga laban niyo po talaga. Nabanatin nga po talaga ako sa inyo. Napansin ko po that time laban niyo po kay Nauya Inuwi. Naka-winning gloves po kayo. Ano po ba talaga yun, sir? Nakaano talaga yun na hindi kayo pwede gumamit ng Everlast gloves nung that time po?
Pwede naman po. Ang problema lang po kasi nung dinideliver yung gloves, na-damage sa delivery. So, hindi ko magamit yung gloves kasi napunit yung gloves. So, that's why nag-ano ako sa alternative na winning kasi nandun, yun lang po ang gloves nila dati doon.
Yung pala yun, sir. Kala ko, ano na yun talaga official nung World Boxing Super Series talaga na pinagamit sa inyong that time.
No, it was just an accident. Parang ganun po. But the next time, susuotin ko yung gloves ko.
Yun lang po, sir. Yun lang, sir Nonito. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Rachel. Salamat po.
Thank
Sige
you
po.
po.
Thank you very much.
Before I bring up the next guest, it's Pong Sports. What?
The next is
Alam ko,
wala.
hold on just a second.
Yes.
Wala yung thought process ko.
Wala na.
Forget it. I'll bring it up. That's what I was thinking. Sorry. There was a comment here. I thought it was really funny. And they said don't bring up CNUA kasi wala the hype will go down. You know what's funny is you guys, when you guys really open your minds to these boxers are really just people lang. You'll realize yung hype, you don't really need yung hype. It's a sport.
Yes.
At you'll start to respect yung kalaban that he's actually coming into the ring as a human being. Yeah. Pong Sports.
Welcome to Sports.
Ay, thank you for letting me in, Ma'am Rachel.
Of
Champ.
course. Of course,
Yeah,
of
welcome,
course.
welcome.
So, good morning po. Good morning dyan. So, I'm from Paucas. Lagi po ako doon. And well known as your fan
Thank
for,
you.
for the debate with against Casimero. Lagi pong I always on your side po, Champ.
Thank you, Pong Sports.
Bali, Champ, I have a question lang po.
Sige pa.
Is it possible po ba na maging double header po yung matchup po?
For now po ay may ibang location pong sinasabi nila kasi yung laban ko ay pinopromote ng TGB at saka yung laban nila ay pinopromote ng Probellum. So iba-iba yung location na sinasabi nila. So hindi matutuloy siguro yung double hitter, but of course hindi ko po na-clarify yun. But for now, yan po ang alam ko ay hindi po double hitter. Iba-ibang location po yun.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all believe naman po, Sir Champ, na mananalo ka on your next fight against Gabalo. Lahat naman po kami naniniwala. So hopefully matuloy na po yung all Filipino unification.
Yes.
And
Alam
God
ko na.
bless po. God bless po.
Thank you, Pong Sport. Alam ko na na matutuloy yun after the mandatories, kung ganun man yung mangyayari doon. Aside from that, yun nga is to get all the belts, yung pinakaano namin. So there's a big possibility of a clash between Filipino versus Filipino sa unification.
Again, Ma'am Rachel, Champ, thank you po for letting me in.
Thank you.
And
Thank
God
you
bless po.
for taking your time.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Yan. Okay, guys, so I'm just gonna let you guys know that we are only staying here for 15 more minutes kasi si Sir has sparring mamaya.
Matutulog muna ako, magnanap muna ako before sa sparring mamaya. So you can't stay too long, but yun nga po ay more question kung ano man yung interest niyo dito with the Paul Butler Casimero.
Champ,
Yeah.
it seems your favorite color is orange.
Go
Is that right?
Not yung favorite color niya,
Yeah.
but it's, I mean,
There's a signification of the color.
Okay.
Let me answer this question muna, Pastor. Marco
Sige.
I will leave you with that.
Renteria. Nonito, bro, you can't do nothing by yourself. That woman, I bet she even sat next to you in the restroom. You're very funny. Siguro, you're not a happy man because hindi mo mabibigyan ng respeto yung mga babae. Imagine this, no? She's the mother of my kids. The very person that I care about. And kung ano man, ito yung tunay na lalaki, no? Ang lalaki ay nagpoprotekta sa mga babae, no? And this is the same with them. They nurture. Kasi minsan, as a fighter, hindi ko alam yung mga ginagawa ko in terms of all of this stuff, no? Ang maibibigay ko lang sa inyo is be happy with your wife, respect your wife. 'Di ba nung dati pa kayo nagdi-date, anong ginawa mo? Ginawa mo lahat. May obsession doon, no?
That's
Ngayon na nagkasal na kayo or whatever, nakakalimutan niyo na. That's a wrong way of doing things. I will do anything for my wife. At kung ano man yung sasabihin nyo, I am happy with my life and that is my victory. Masaya ako sa buhay and hopefully masaya din po kayo sa buhay nyo.
That's right.
Yeah, na.
I love it, man.
Pastor, ano po masasabi niyo sa tungkol ng sinabi ng tao nun?
Tama yung sinabi, I agree with your statement na hindi pa rin dapat matatapos kahit mag-asawa na. Alam nyo, ibinigay talaga yan sa atin. Ang trabaho talaga nating mga lalaki to protect our wife, to pray for them, and to nurture them. Kasi alam ng Diyos yung ating needs. In fact, magkaroon tayo ng asawang mabait, mahusay, maalaga, and that is gift from God. Like Ma'am Rachel to you, Champ, Nonito Donaire.
Yes, totoo po yun. At saka, hindi lang sa babae, hindi na kakaiba yun. Dapat may respeto. Dapat may respeto.
That's right.
Kasi ano yun isang hindi lang kaibigan ko, hindi lang best friend ko. Lahat po there should be a lot of respect when it comes to women. Kasi it's their beauty that allows us to fall in love. No, it allows us to create that feeling of love. No, and for me, I will go to war for her. That's always been me.
Let's
That's
invite
right.
Coach David.
Coach David, ano po ba kayo, Coach David?
Hey, good evening. Hey, good evening, Champ. Good evening. My daughter is actually asking if who's that? I said, hey, that's a world champion. I said, wow. she was surprised that you're a world champion. I'm talking to a world champion. Say hi, baby. Say hi, come on. What do you want to say? Oh, she got shy eventually. Well, I'm starstruck. I'm speechless. I really don't know what to say. That I'm in front of a world champion, and to Mom Rachel, of course. Well, I would just like to introduce myself. I'm Coach David, and we have kids. We teach kids. We have a boxing club here in Quezon City, and we teach kids for free. And we just want to, give these kids opportunity to be a world champion someday. That's all. I'm just so happy.
Maganda po yun na ginagawa niyo,
we
Coach
get a
David.
chance to talk to you.
Importante po yun na mabigyan natin ng opportunity yung mga bata at mabigyan natin ng path na hindi lang sa kalokohan but a good path of discipline and hard work. So maganda po yung ginawa niyo, Coach David, at nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyong puso na nagbibigay ng opportunity sa mga bata.
We
Can you
have
tell us
actually,
which gym you're at?
yes.
Yung gym mo?
We don't have gym. We train in the streets. We train in Quezon City Circle when there's no pandemic yet. So we just eventually we just train everywhere. We have space actually because we don't have gym. We just have to find place to practice boxing anywhere. And then right now we have a friend who have this gym, and then we try to go there every Sunday to practice gym. And sadly, the kids are paying the of course the gym fee, which is 100 pesos in 100 pesos. So we can't do anything about that because it's business. So
Yes.
whether they like it or not, they have to pay the dues, the gym fee. So that's kind of sad on our part because we wanted to give these kids opportunity they that they want to be a world champion someday or represent the Philippines in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Maganda po yung ginagawa niyo, Coach David. Salute po ako dun. Very, very kind heart at maganda yun sa mga bata. Kasi minsan pag wala as a kid nung growing up, pag wala tayong mga pathways na pupuntahan, daan na pupuntahan, parang nawawala po tayo. So maganda po yung ginagawa niyo, Coach David. So salamat po.
Thank
Thank you.
you, thank you, Champ. And these kids are really looking into you guys, like you, Manny Pacquiao, and Yumer Marshall. We have Southpaw here, and he's like Yumer Marshall in the making because he's fast, he's strong, and he's determined to be a world champion someday. And we have also these kids that train, run every day without being said, without being told. He just trained by himself if we are not available. So that's
Yeah.
those. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to share this experience because, I'm still starstruck that I'm talking to you.
Thank you again, Coach David. Thank you po.
And I've been
Keep
a
going.
fan ever
Ginagawa niyo
since,
po.
champ. Ever since I've been a champ with the best. Ever since with you fought with Cobralito, I guess. Cobralito,
Oo.
yeah, yeah. I saw your fight with D'Artagnan, and I've been a fan ever since. And of
Salamat
course,
po.
to Mom Rachel, she's been supportive and she's been with you all the way.
Yeah. Thank you po. Thank you po. Salamat po.
Thank you.
Coach David. Sa susunod din po. Thank you. Ingat and good job po.
Thank you po, Champ, and thank you for the opportunity talking to you guys.
Sige po. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yan. We'll add
Hoy! Mauna ka po po, Nightmare, at si Josh. So,
Momo, ikaw
ikaw
muna.
muna, Momo. Sabihin mo
Ako muna?
kayo po.
Mamaya
Idol,
na lang.
ako muna. Sigurado ka, Idol, ako muna?
Sige, sige.
Hindi ako makapaniwala na ako muna.
Sige, Bobo. Magtanong ka kung ano.
Okay, Idol Donaire, since nung tatlo kayo na umapak sa Malacanang, nasubaybayan ko na ang iyong karera sa yung pagbaboxing. Nung naunang pagkatalo mo at bumagsak ka. Ako, hindi mo ba alam, isa ko sa nasaktan dahil nabawasan yung kita ko. Dahil pumusta ako. Dahil joke lang.
May strategy yun, di ba?
Hindi.
Minsan manalo tayo, minsan matalo tayo.
Kaya nga, Ako, ayaw ko mag-English dito, ayaw ko mag-ano, kasi alam ko, Pilipino naman yung kausap ko eh. Kaya nga, Pilipino plus tayo eh. So, andito lang ako, Idol, para magbigay good luck sa laban mo. Bagkos, parehas Pilipino ang yung masama man sa aking loob dahil parehas Pilipino ang ano, pero yan ang hinihiling ng ano eh. Yan ang hinihiling ng tadhana eh.
Opo.
Na, kailangan natin depensahan kung anong meron tayo.
Totoo po yan.
Para sa'yo, Idol, good luck. Sana, Idol, una ka sanang maging unified na maging Filipino champion. Alam mo, Idol, isa ako sa magiging masaya ron. Itataya ko pati brief na butas.
Yun. Thank you.
Idol.
Yun nga eh. Nado lang tayo sa lahat ng mga Pilipino, ganun talaga yun. At kung ano man yung decision natin na sino yung mas paborito natin, okay lang po yun. Kasi totoo naman talaga yun eh. May favor po tayo at at the end of the day, yung ano man yung mangyayari, bigyan po natin suporta. Yun po at nagpapasalamat po ako sa time niyo po at sa mga Pilipino.
So, Idol, merong Idol, merong gustong kumausap talaga sa'yo. Ito, matagal ng fans sa'yo to. Walang ibang pinupustahan to kundi ikaw. Gusto kanyang makita, Idol. Ito, bayaw ko to, Idol. Ano ko to? Ewan ko na lang, Idol. Basta, sana.
Basta yun na yun.
Ito. Message ka kay Idol Donaire. Ayan, kasama ang kanyang may bahay. Sige, salita.
Hello po.
Idol, pwede ka daw ba nilang makita? Idol, pwede ka niyang makita.
Ay, sorry.
Okay. Ayun si Idol. Oo.
Idol, good luck sa good luck sa susunod na laban mo.
Salamat po.
Number 1 akong isa rin ako sa number 1 na fans mo. Humahanga sa iyo.
Sige po, salamat po sa inyong pagsuporta dito. At we will do my best na manalo po tayo at nagpasalamat po ako sa oras niyong binigay.
Okay, Idol, maraming salamat sa Idol at ganun din kay Ma'am Rachel. Bago ang lahat, Idol, ako ay taga Bolden, pure na taga Bohol.
Mao ba?
Yeah. Ay,
Tagalog man ka.
Awan ko kay bao nga magkuan man din. Pwede rin magkuan din, magbisaya.
Bisaya good. Mo na hawd na ko, Bisaya gihawd na ko sudan.
Oy, Idol, daga kay salamat, Idol, no, na imo kong natagaan og gamayng oras bisag kuan. Sus. Daga kay salamat.
Momo, sige, salamat kayo sa imong oras ng gihatag. Salamat kayo sa sunod na pod.
Oy,
kahigayon ka.
Before, Idol, hindi mo ang pangalan ko. Gusto kong ako pala si Clifford Abapo, Idol.
Clifford.
Yan. Clifford, Idol. Shoutout mo naman ako, Idol, para sa mga sa mga vlog mo diyan.
Oo, to Clifford, shout out sa imo din ha. Hinatunta nga maayo imong panglawas og safe mo din ha. So, sa sunod na pod ha, Clifford, shout out.
Maraming salamat, Idol. Basta talaga.
Sige,
Basta
Clifford.
Pinoy.
Good. Sige, ayo. All right, guys.
And we have Josh
Orifino. Hello po, Josh.
And then Johnriel.
Good morning there, Sir Nonito, Champ. Gusto ko lang mag-good luck sa laban mo with Gabalyo sa December 11. And may tanong lang ako, Champ.
Opo.
Ano po yung feeling na nare-recall ko kasi may mga laban ka na pinapakita mo na nagdudugo yung knuckle mo, yung may dugo yung
Opo.
yung tape. Ano po feeling nun pag alam mo po ba na may sugat na yun sa loob tapos isinusuntok mo pa rin?
Oo, sakit na sakit 'yon kasi parang pinupunit yung balat mo eh at saka lumalaki na yung sugat. Sakit talaga, parang Ewan ko, basta sakit. Masakit talaga yung feeling niya. Pero pag nasa loob ka ng ring, kailangan parang hindi mo na iniisip yun eh. Although, nafe-feel mo lahat yung mga, yung sakit sa kamay.
They said
Bawat
Nishio, pero
Oo.
was there another fight
So,
din?
dalawa yung nangyari yun. Nishioka's fight at saka the
Vasquez?
Vasquez fight.
Vasquez.
Opo.
So, gusto ko lang i-share na isa sa pinaka-favorite na laban mo, Sir Champ, is yung fight of the year mo with yung nagpatumba kay Pagara, sino ba yun?
Oo, yung Mexicano po, opo.
Suarez po ba yun?
Matapang yun at saka matibay po yun at talagang nahihirapan ako doon. But it was a very good fight. Nakikita niyo na malaki yung puso ko, hindi ako hihinto. Yun lang ang nasa isip ko, hindi ako hihinto.
Inoue then Ubali, yun yung for me was your best fight for me kasi parang grabe yung doubt sa iyo nung Ubali fight mo, Sir Nonito eh. Na can you beat the father time, ganto ganyan, and you prove them right or wrong, sorry, na kayang-kaya mo pa rin lumaban despite of your current age. Gaya nga nung sinabi mo, age is just in your mind.
Totoo po yun. And yun nga, parang ang sinabi nila, no, at believe ko ito ay kung ano man yung sinasabi mo sa sarili mo, ganun po ang mangyayari sa'yo. Parang ganun po ang nangyari. Kasi kahit sinasabi nila sa sarili ko po ay believe ako na makakaya ko.
Anong masasabi mo dun, Sir Nonito, dun sa nagsasabi na yung one of the punches that you landed to Ubali was after the ring, after the bell?
If you kung nakita mo yung laban, sumabay po kami, sabayan kami yung suntok namin at saka in the middle of the punch, hindi mo naman talaga mahinto yung suntok. So, kaya nga walang sinabi yung referee because siya rin ay sumuntok at sumuntok din ako. At saka sa gitnaan doon, nag-ring yung bell. At saka doon po ay natamaan ko siya although hindi siya nakatama sa akin. But it was fair.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sir Nonito, and request lang, pwede po bang pa-shoutout ng Orofino family sa Taguig at La Union? Which
to the Orofino family from Taguig and La Union. Ingat po kayo dyan. Shoutout po sa inyong lahat and hopefully safe po tayo at masaya.
Thank you so much, Sir Nonito, and good morning and good night here in the Philippines.
Thank you. Good night po. Good night.
Yan.
We have Johnriel Baluyot. Hello po.
Ay,
freeze.
Wow.
Yan. Hello po.
Sorry po, di ko po na-starstruck ako. Hello, kamusta po kayo?
Mabuti po. May itatanong po ba kayo, Johnriel?
Ano po yun?
May itatanong po ba kayo about the fight or tanong niyo po?
Okay lang. Pero medyo na-starstruck po ako, sorry po.
Okay lang.
Champ, tanong ko lang, since kasi rich yung Philippine history ng boxing since 1920s may mga champion na tayo. So para sa iyo, sino kaya yung greatest Filipino boxer of all time aside from Manny Pacquiao? Aside from him.
Siguro I have to go with Flash Elorde. Kasi Flash Elorde po ay pioneer po natin 'yan, no. Nagbibigay sa atin ng inspiration. So I have to go with Flash Elorde with that one.
Flash Elorde. Another thing, kay Flash Elorde po ba galing yung Filipino Flash?
Hindi po. Kasi nung nasa po ako, sa States, yun po ang tinatawag na sa akin sa amateur. So yun po ay naging pangalan ko sa professional.
I see po. So wow. Actually marami po akong nakahandang question pero dahil napansin niyo po ako medyo na medyo nawala sa isipan ko.
Yeah.
Um,
Sa susunod po. At again, maraming salamat, Johnriel. Maraming
pero
salamat sa
another thing, okay lang po, pakita ko lang po sa daddy ko, sandali
sige po, sige po.
Oo. Daddy, ka-video call ko si Nonito Donaire. Talaga? Oo, ito. Hello po. Ito po yung daddy
Hello,
ko. Fan
hello.
po kami ng fan
Hello.
po kami since...
Hello po.
Hello po. Baluyot family
Oo.
po. Pwede pa shout out Baluyot family sa Quezon City.
Baluyot family, ingat po kayo dyan. Shoutout po sa inyo and stay safe and healthy.
Thank you po. So kami po ni Daddy, fan na po kami ninyo siguro mga 2007, 2008. Mga 9 years
Yes,
old pa lang po
2007
ako noon. Nung nanakaut niyo si Vic Darchinian. Sige po.
Yes.
Sige Daddy, babangon ako.
Thank you.
Ayun
Johnriel,
po
sa
pala,
susunod.
isa pala
Thank you
akong
again.
question po. Last
Sige
na
po.
po ito. Totoo po ba na nagkaroon ng fracture yung right side ng mukha ni Fernando Montiel nung tinamaan niyo siya nung left hook niyo?
Opo. At saka makikita niyo po yun sa Google. Nung tinamaan ko siya, na fracture po yun.
Sige po. Thank you po talaga. And
Sige,
it's been
Johnriel.
a
Thank you
pleasure
din sa
po.
oras nyo at supportan nyo dito.
Continue till the end of
Sige po.
the journey. Thank you po. Thank you po
Thank
talaga.
you.
To meet you.
Sige po. Sa susunod, here is Ruther J. Hello po, Ruther J. Welcome po.
Magandang gabi, champ. Nonito.
Magandang gabi po.
Salamat sa panahon po na pinagbigyan niyo ako na makausap kayo ng malaking karangalan po sa akin kasi idol na idol ko po kayo eh. Since matagal-tagal na rin talaga. Siguro sa mga fight mo pa dati. May tanong lang po ako, champ. After you pass, if you pass sa Gabalyo, champ, ano yung plano mo, champ, sa pagkatapos niyan?
Plano namin ay pagkatapos ng mandatory is to go after the belt. Kung sino man yung mananalo sa belt, we'll go after the next belt and then with Inoue po.
So ganun po, champ. Paano yun, champ? Pag sa kabila naman, champ, Casimero versus Butler, pag si Casimero yung mananalo, champ, possible ba, champ, na kayong dalawa? At before Inoue, champ?
Malaki po yung posibilidad na magaganap yung laban kasi ang inaano ko is for next year na makuha ko yung lahat ng mga belts.
May tanong pa ako, champ. Kung sakasakali, champ, under Probellum promotion din, champ, or sa PBC? Or PBC ba? Kasi PBC, di ba si champ, si Casimero?
Oo, TGP.
Oo nga pala.
Yeah.
So, ganun pa, champ. Maganda pala, champ, kapag mangyari yan, champ, na Casimero versus ikaw, may bagsakan talaga yan, champ.
Lakas at saka lakas. So, excited po tayo dyan. Ang ano ko lang is yun nga, pinaka-goal ko po yung makuha yung lahat ng belts.
Champ, last na tanong lang, champ. Kung sakasakali kayo ni Champ Casimero din na maglaban, kung mangyari man yan, ano yung prediction mo, champ, at anong round?
Early rounds. Kasi ako, naghahanap ako ng knockout eh. Ganun po talaga. Hindi naman ako nagyayabang, but ganun talaga ako. Pag lumalaban ako, naghahanap po ako ng knockout.
Sa tingin mo, champ, pag matamaan mo ng lipok si Casimero, champ, kasi possible na maagang matatamaan talaga kasi yung galaw ni Casimero, medyo mas mabilis yung lipok mo. Kung matamaan ba ng lipok mo si Casimero, champ, ano kaya sa palagay mo, champ, may kalalagyan ba?
Alam ko na malakas yung left hook ko. Depende lang po kasi iba yung gloves na ginamit ko kay Inoue. Pero pag gamit ko yung gloves ko ngayon, yung gusto kong gloves na hindi makapal, manipis. Malaking posibilidad po na one punch knockout kasi ganun po ako eh. Hindi naman ako ang ano ko lang is believe po ako sa sarili ko, believe po ako sa left hook ko po. yun pa ay what we will see in the future, no, and we have to be excited for it. So yun po.
Salamat, champ, kasi
So,
alam mo yun, champ, na fan talaga ako ng boxing. Talagang pinapanood ko talaga yung mga laban ng mga Pinoy. Pero sa last na lang, champ, last na lang talaga,
okay.
champ. Si Gabalio, champ, kasi yung sa mga interview niya, sobrang idol ka daw niya. Tapos sabi niya pag kayo daw maglaban, bibigyan ka daw niya ng magandang laban din. Possible ba, champ, na may knockout din sa yung dalawa niyan?
Posibilidad po sa akin yung mga knockout kasi hinahanap ko po yun sa laban at yun po, kung alam naman natin magaling din si Gabalio, so yun po ay depende lang po yun sa laban kung ano yung ipapakita niya at ano yung ipapalabas ko din sa laban. So
Champ,
yun po.
maraming salamat,
Sige,
champ,
thank you,
kasi
Sir Jeng.
sobrang idol talaga kita, champ. Pa-shoutout na lang pala pa, champ, sa mga Dumaog family, champ. Bisaya, lay ko, champ, Bisaya.
Bisaya po. Dumaog family,
Bisaya po.
inalutang ang ayo mo din ha. Regards at saka shoutout sa inyo ha, Dumaog family. So ayo mo. Thank you.
Salamat.
Aaron,
Okay,
kayo na
last
po.
two guys.
Last na po to, si Aaron at saka si Joaquin.
Hello,
Aaron po.
good morning, champ.
Morning.
Salamat sa pagtanggap sa akin dito. Bisaya po day ko from Cebu.
Taga Bisaya.
So, champ, na ako'y kira man Bisaya, no? So, na ako'y list, na ako'y gibuhat ng list for you. So akong question is about sa imong knuckles. So I noticed before nga tungod sa kakusog sa imong sumbag before, always yun mo dugo imong knuckles every after fight kay makabantay ko pero mi siya mag tangtang sa imong gloves. Always siya magdugo. So is that still a issue karon?
No, hindi na po yan issue ngayon kasi parang nasana na yung kamay ko at iba na yung nagra-rap ng kamay ko at magaling din mag-rap. At saka parang makapal na yung mga balat ko dito sa knuckles. So far hindi na po nangyari 'yon.
Okay. Kaya kasi yung sa earlier ng career mo, medyo naging na-concern ako kasi baka maging pareho nung as brittle as yung kay Floyd. Kasi si Floyd, di ba? So, yung another question ko lang, champ, is about Inoue. Kung sakaling matuloy, saan yung preferred venue mo? Japan? Kasi ang alam ko kay Inoue, mas gusto niya talaga sa Japan.
Oo, gusto niya yun at saka mas malaki yun sa pag nasa Japan. Mas malaki yung nasa Japan at pero kung ano man, wala naman talaga akong pili sa kung saan. Sagasa.
So, may question ako about kay champ. Another fight about
Aaron, palihog ka ng kwan kay short manggugong time. I wanna put the other guy. So i-ask lang sa yung last question na lang niya
yes.
Sorry. Palihog na. Thank you. Kay napanggoy sunod. Oo, napay sunod. Salamat kayo.
Thank you.
Oo. Sige, ask yung question mo.
Last question, champ. At what age imong plano mag-retire?
Depende lang kasi ngayon excited pa rin ako na pagising ko sa umaga, tumatakbo ako, excited pa rin yung katawan ko. At depende lang kasi gusto kong makuha talaga yung undisputed. And then siguro after that, baka magbago yung isip ko. But for now, excited lang ako at kahit anumang years, parang feeling ko na makakaya ko pa rin.
Yeah, all this jump in the division. Okay.
Salamat kayo, Aaron ha. Salamat kayo. Pasensya na nga na short kay akong ipapanin. So sa sunod na lang i-ask mong question. Salamat kayo. Thank you. Joaquin, kumusta po, Joaquin? Last na po ito.
Hi.
Okay lang.
Okay lang, Champ. Good morning dyan, Champ. Ang question ko, Champ, kung sinong pinakamalakas na sumuntok na kalaban mo?
Yung malakas na sumutok sa akin, yung si Inoue malakas din yun, malakas yun, mabigat at saka malakas yung ano, masakit yung suntok niya. So, parang parang style ko rin yung pag sumusuntok ako na mabilis at saka malakas. So, yun ang nafe-feel ko si Inoue.
Yeah, champ, question ko, ba't yung ginamit mo na gloves ay winning, di yung Everlast? Tingin ko pag yung Everlast yung ginamit ko, may palalagyan talaga si Inoue.
Oo, oo. Ang ano kasi na-damage kasi yung ano, yung gloves sa transport kaya nga na hindi ko nagamit kasi na-damage po yung gloves.
Sayang yun,
So,
champ. Wala akong tulog nun dahil night shift ako nun at saka gabi ang laban dito sa Pilipinas.
oo. No, nga eh. But sa susunod,
Do you think,
maghahanap
champ,
kami
na
ng rematch.
wait kami dyan, champ, at do you think, champ, the age is factor during the fight with Inoue or dahil nakita ko winning ka sa earlier rounds?
Oo, hindi naman po, hindi naman po. Iba lang yung talaga yung mga style at training. So, alam ko na paano anong gagawin ko sa next fight and I'm gonna be very excited sa laban na yun.
Go get it, champ. Alam kong kayang-kaya mo.
Salamat po sa pag-stop by dito. Oo, thank you,
At saka
thank you.
yung laban mo ni Ryan Burnett na sobrang underdog mo, champ, di in-expect. Pero
Oo nga.
I'm all in ako sa iyo doon.
Oo, thank you again, Joaquin. At saka salamat din na binigay mo yung suporta yung channel ko. Thank you, thank you. Sa susunod din po, more to come, more to come.
Sige, pa-shout out pala, champ, from Rama Gym, Cebu City.
Rama Gym.
Yes. In Basak, champ.
Shout out na sa inyo taga Cebu, Rama Gym. Hinatong nga maayo mo og healthy mo og safe. So, ayo-ayo mo din ha.
Sige, champ, bisag kung sa boxing, champ, di man mo daot, dako man gyapon.
Sige na. Hinahinel kaon. Thank you, Joaquin. Sa
Sige,
sunod na
champ, amping ha. Maghuwat ko sa inyong rematch ni Inoue, nindot jud ka ng awaya ba. Murag si San Goku si Vegeta.
Sige, thank you very much. All right, guys. We are done here. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyong pag-suporta sa channel at nandito po kayo to ask a question about Butler. Sana po ay may nalaman kayo at nakita niyo na si Butler at excited po tayo sa laban.
Yan.
Pastor.
So whoever we didn't get to say hi to, and Pastor, sorry, like parang we got
It's okay.
Yes.
Oo, kasi kailangan ko kasi matulog for the sparring mamaya.
Yeah.
We understand. So thank you again, Champ and Miss Rachel. At sa lahat ng nanood ng Beyond the Ring, God bless you all. Salamat sa inyong support sa ating Champ at sa mga Filipino boxers. So always respect dahil yan ang importante sa lahat po ng pagkakataon. Always remember, yung like ko sinasabi, respect other people, not because of who they are, but because of who you are. Because respect begets respect. God bless you all.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much. If you guys are just tuning in and asking where Butler is, it's not Filipino time yung interview. It was earlier pa. We've been on live for an hour and a half na. At you can see yung replay sa YouTube probably mamaya. We'll post it again. Pero we appreciate lahat ng fans dito at yung patience. And yung moderators ko, salamat for keeping everyone nice in there. Remember what Pastor said, respect begets respect. So please, don't argue. Yan. So we will see you guys later. Nonito has to rest for yung sparring niya. At ingat palagi.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, sa mga kapatid. Ingat po kayo at panoorin nyo ang susunod na episode namin.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'm Johnriel. And I am Logan. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding. KO! Jinx, got ya.
Nonito the Nair.